All right, we have Akron now next up taking on Western Michigan. Western Michigan 26-point home favorite, 61.5 being the total here in this game. In theory, this should be a bounce back spot for Western Michigan. Two straight losses to Toledo and Central Michigan. They were favored in both games, lost them both outright. And Akron is certainly a team that you're capable of blowing out. But be careful now. Akron, 3 of the last 4 games they've covered. They beat Bowling Green outright as 2 touchdown underdogs, 35-20. That was a very impressive result. They covered inside a 20-point number against Miami, Ohio, 34-21. The really one bad game was against Buffalo at home. They got trampled in that game, 45-10. And then last week against Ball State, I'm telling you what, Drew Plitt and that Ball State team, life and death to escape with the victory. And when you look at the stats in that game, Akron, 458 total yards. In fact, they outgained Ball State in that game by 33 yards and 1.6 yards per play. So I was extremely impressed, Conor, with Akron last week. And you got to give them a lot of credit. They look like they're improving, and they've also had a quarterback change the last few games. Zach Gibson's taken over. He's played pretty good. 71.9% completions, 8 touchdowns. He hasn't thrown an interception yet this year.
Been big, yeah.
For the Akron Zips at quarterback. I don't know. To me, I know Western Michigan coming into the year, we thought, wow, this is certainly the much better team. Akron's supposed to be one of the worst teams in the MAC, but this team's improving. And when you can find those bottom feeders, Conor Mack, that all of a sudden they exceed market expectations, they start covering numbers, they start showing improvement, it can often take a very long time, sometimes weeks, for the betting markets to catch up. So this might be an Akron plus the point spot for me. It just might be too many points for a team that maybe the betting markets are sleeping on the very real improvements we're seeing from this Zip squad right now. What do you think here, Conor Mack?
I think that quarterback change has been huge for them. And the last few weeks, so they're banking on maybe Western played so bad against Central, losing that game at home, 42-30. And Akron still can, get blown out. They lost to Buffalo 45-10. But before that, beat Bowling Green, got all those turnovers, won 35-20, beat Miami, Ohio, or lost Miami, Ohio by 13. And then last week to Ball State, you just ripped through all the stats. Man, this is too many points for me. It's just, will this be, I think this is a Western Michigan team that's maybe fallen down a little bit. We'll see here in MAC play. They played really well, maybe over their heads early on. And I think this is too many points. Man, I wish it was 28, but at this point, I'll take 26.5 all day right now with Akron. I think that quarterback change has been huge. I just hope that defense comes to play on the road.
The secondary is shoddy. I get it,
yes,
for Akron, and the defense overall is, and that's the concern. That's why I like the over here a little bit. It was 58-13 last year for Western Michigan, so Akron was just completely bludgeoned by that. But then again, it was last year. This is a different season, and right now you're looking at a Western Michigan team that, in this home favorite role, we've seen a little bit of everything. They beat down San Jose State impressively. They beat down Kent State as home favorites impressively, but they were also 13.5-point home favorites to Ball State. They lost outright. And they were 9-point home favorites to Central Michigan last week, and they lost outright. So it's been a little bit of an erratic football team, Western. I like their team. I like Ellaby, the quarterback. They can run the football. Their defense also is still a little bit leaky at times. Akron has improved offensively, and the back door is open with an Akron offense that's now moving the football since Gibson took over. So I lean to the dog and I lean to the over here with these two teams on Tuesday night.